tour of Hangzhou. This is West Lake. It's actually around about 7 square kilometres. That's the size of the lake, but the overall scenic spot nearer 50 square kilometres. And as you can imagine, it's influenced poets and painters down the years. Its natural beauty and historic relics. There's a lot of natural beauty about Matsuyama and Shida's performance. What are we going to get from these two men's pairs? They should be entering the arena very shortly. Chia and Souyik up against Hoki and Kobayashi of Japan. Well, here's the makeup of the two groups. Our match in Group A. No weak pairs there, are there? Fascinating to see how Astrup and Rasmussen go in Group B after such a good season. Two pairs about to be introduced to the crowd here in Hangzhou.
Versus Kobayashi from Japan.
All the best. All the best.
6-2 on the overall head-to-head. In fact, Hoki and Kobayashi have won the last 5 meetings.
There's no choice. Red.
Last
or
defeat
black?
was more than 2
You take
years
it out.
ago.
Black will be your color. Black. So service or end? Serve. Who will be the first server? Hoki. Receive. So receive. Okay.
I've got to say, Chris, I was a bit surprised when I looked at the head-to-head and saw that Japanese pair are ahead 6-2. I'm sure I would have expected that necessarily against these two.
Yeah, I'd say Japanese, they're at the moment maybe just a tiny dip in form, but over the last 2 years they've been very consistent. Obviously as high as world #1 and winning the world champs, and I think their solid, consistent style has proved quite difficult for the Malaysians.
Aaron Chia and Souyik, world champions in 2022. Bronze last year. And of course, bronze medalists in Tokyo as well. The only World Tour title actually came in October. The Denmark Open in Unser. It's a Super 750. That actually lost their 6 previous finals, going all the way back to 2018. So that was a very long overdue success, you'd probably say. And on the other side of the net, the two Japanese, Takuru Hoki is 28 now. World champions in Welver a couple of years ago. Won 1 title this year, but it was a big one, the Singapore Open. It's a Super 1000 event that they won in June. Kobayashi, same age as his partner. 6 World Tour titles over the last 3 years or so, including the World Tour finals a couple of years ago. So we could be in for a Pretty entertaining encounter here between these two pairs.
Ready to play.
Simon Umanfung of Hong Kong, who's the chair umpire. Sven Sele of Belgium will be in the service judges' chair.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi, Japan. And on my left, Aaron Chia and Sun Won Yik, Malaysia. Takuro Hoki to serve to Sun Won Yik. Level, play. Service over. 1 love. Two love.
Certainly a fast start for the Malaysians would make things interesting. I mentioned that they haven't got a great record at all against the Japanese.
Service over. 1-2. Takuro Hoki challenges called in.
So an early challenge in this first game. It's called in. Japanese want to double check. Good challenge.
Correction out.
Yeah, very good challenge from Hoki. He seemed very confident when he made that call.
2-0. Play.
Great return. Poked it at the tape, top of the net, and it just spins
Service over.
so hard.
3-2.
Kobayashi there to control the shuttle.
Service over. 3-0.
It's a gift there.
Service over.
Hoki.
4-3.
Japanese had control of that rally. Just needed to keep the pressure on. Would have been so difficult for the Malaysians to get themselves out of trouble in that situation.
Absolutely right, but it's true, isn't it? Just make them keep playing one more shot, and there's always a chance the error's going to come. Certainly an unforced one, but
Service over. 4-all.
Well,
Service over.
summarily dismissed from his
5-4.
presence.
Yeah, that was brilliant from Aaron. Read it really well. Moved back quick. Incredible placement on the attack. Not the best return of serve there from Hoki. Maybe a bit fortunate. His return's gone up. Fortunate to end up winning that point. Again there, from the Malaysians, just forcing it a little bit. I do think the Malaysians are such a unique pair because when they play their best, they are so good, but they have had a few kind of bumps along the way, and some of the pairs they've lost to quite a bit below their level. I feel like there's almost a Jekyll and Hyde situation with them in regards to when they're good, they are so good, but when they don't perform, their level drops so much to almost mid-20s in the world. Brilliant interception there for Hoki. So steep.
You look at the current world rankings, 3 Chia and So, 7 Hoki and Kobayashi, but look at the head-to-head, and I think it means a lot more. The fact that the Japanese have won the last 5 meetings.
Yeah, and sometimes it can be the styles of play, they just don't quite match up.
6-9.
The favoured, preferred style of play doesn't quite work. What your opponents are doing, you struggle with more. And I would agree if it's, you know, that one-sided, the last 5 meetings, it proves quite an important thing.
Out. Service over. 10-6.
And they've jumped into a pretty handy lead early on here in the opening game, only played for 6 minutes. That was a
service over.
Yes.
7-10.
Well left. So you did actually well to get out of the way of that. Another service error.
Service over. 11-7 interval.
Can't afford to do that if they want to turn around their recent poor run of form against these opponents. You have a 5-point advantage. Beg your pardon, a 4-game advantage at the mid-game break.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coaches, return to your chair. So, 11-7, play.
Brilliant control
7.
from Hoki. Take control of that net and get Kobayashi the lift.
Service over. 8-12.
Good rally from the Malaysians, moving the shuttle round well. Good variation. There, went over and then miss-hit from Kobayashi, and then very, very short lift. Aaron's attack's too powerful for the Japanese to be able to get it back. It's clever play in that rally from Aaron. He's same in the rally before. He stepped in and went over. He didn't wait for the shuttle to come to him. He's moving the shuttle around. The conditions aren't that quick. So the integral part is making your opponent move, getting them off balance.
Service over.
Very, very sharp there, Hoki.
10.
Spotting that opportunity at the net for the fairly straightforward kill. Actually hit his opponent in the face, Chia.
The last 3 or 4 rallies for me, the Malaysians are coming
Service
alive.
over.
Moving around each other quicker, good
11,
variation,
13.
stepping in, but taking a shuttle earlier.
And
again, Malaysians taking control of the rally. Since the interval, like a different pair.
Aaron? Yes, sure, yeah. Sure. Yeah, come in. Like it? Thank you. Thank you. Players on court. Twelve, 13. Play. Third ball, too high.
Well, it's all going wrong on serve.
Service over.
For the Malaysian pair. Belgian service judge Sven Sade reckoning that came from above 115 centimetres. And if they do lose this opening game, those service errors and service faults are going to be very costly, potentially.
Yeah, and it's such fine margins at, this level. It can be a service that clips the tape, just goes short. Could be a service error, a service fault in regard to, a centimetre too high. Malaysians were defending so well in that rally. They look calm, they look composed. And just wild attack there, that last shot. Just feel like they were pulling it back with the momentum, and now it's just switched again.
Service over. 13-16.
Great pressure from
Service
Kobayashi.
over. 17-13.
Not concerned about going over in that situation, just looking to go forward, keeping the pressure on. Kobayashi string's gone, I think, yeah.
Service over. 14-17.
Well, an inopportune moment for that to happen, because they're still just about hanging in there, two Malaysians, this opening game.
14-17.
Perfect.
15-17.
It's been effective when Aaron's gone over. He's got such a strong forearm that almost no action at all, and he can punch the shuttle over. But he's doing it at the right time when the space is, and when he's stepping in, not giving his opponent any time.
Hoki, show him. Thank you. Thank you. Players on court. 15-17. Flag.
See the
Service
body
over.
language from Aaron there. He knows he shouldn't miss that.
15.
Got his opponents off balance, got the shuttle around tape height, can step in. Good chance to be able to counter-attack. Brilliant block.
And that was put away with real venom.
19-15.
Just 2 points required now then for this opening game for the Japanese pair.
The block there that we just didn't quite see, that was incredible because there was not really a gap. So it had to be so tight, and it was. Very calm and composed from Kobayashi. Perfect return there.
Service over.
So
16,
just pushed it at the
19.
tape. Push it firm enough when it hits the tape and the shuttle just dies.
So that error
Service over.
gives
20.
Hoki and Kobayashi
Game
4 game
point,
points
16.
after, well, only 18 minutes on court.
I feel like again in that rally, Aaron did all the right stuff. He went over, got his opponent stretched out of position, and when he gets the short attack, he just misses it.
That'll do. That'll do
Game.
very nicely. 21-16. What a
First game won
shot.
by Takuro Hoki, Yuko Kobayashi. 21-16.
Difference was in that one when Aaron went over, he went over in a passive way. So his opponents were on balance. Before, when he'd been going over, it was a lot more aggressive.
Coach 1, 20 seconds. Coach 1, 20 seconds. Coaches, you can choose. Second game. Level play.
So here we go then. Game 2 with Aaron Chia and So Yip playing catch up. Early bit of good fortune for the Malaysians with the net court.
Service over. 1 love.
Bit of a loose serve there from Aaron.
Service over.
And it was just pressure.
Service over.
Kobayashi knows it's going there. It's slightly too big a backswing. Hoki just showing his partner how it's done. Short,
Service
almost
over.
no backswing at all. Punch it out in front. Great cutout.
Service over. 3-2. Coming. Service now. Yes. Hoki, show. You go. Okay. Service over. 3-2. Play.
What a beautiful serve that
4-2.
was.
Perfect, yeah, and he held it, and tiny backswing and just a strong punch. Said earlier, he's got a very strong forearm, Aaron. Very
Service
sharp there
over.
from Hoki at the net.
3-4.
Does incredibly well because he's in trouble there.
Service over.
Hoki
5-3.
just allowing the shuttle to come to him, which gives Aaron a bit of time to be able to step in and then be able to be a lot more aggressive on that shot. Put Kobayashi in all sorts of trouble.
Uncharacteristic error.
6-3.
Kobayashi just didn't move, he just let the shuttle come to him. So important to take that step in. Even if it's half a step, you've got to move into the shuttle.
Well, another error, and the Malaysians in control now in this second game.
7-3.
Just a few cheap points coming from the Japanese. I would say this kind of, for me, what's been happening in the last few tournaments for them. They haven't quite been playing at their level.
Service over.
Last tournament they did pull out of, but the 3 before that, for them, they underperformed. None of those points were taken for their world
Stay on
ranking.
court. Stay on court. Stay on court. Quick. So. Quick one. Quick one.
Some of the Japanese have been so good at was just their solidness. They hadn't really dropped their level.
Thank you.
They can be quite predictable in what they do, but their consistency, how solid they are, and their defense were the characteristics that made them such a difficult pair to beat.
Play.
Great interception again from Hoki. Just the wrong shot. Wrong shot selection there from Aaron. He knows it. His body language after.
Service over. 9-5. Ten, 5.
Hoki and Kobayashi were a model of consistency in the opening game, but it's left them for the moment. Now It's a poor miss as well.
11-5
So in complete control, the
in the
Malaysians at the mid-game break. 11-5 they lead. Looking good to level the match.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Court, return to your chair. Clear from court. 11-5. Play.
Again, it was just the wrong shot selection there from Aaron. He went through the middle in an upward direction. Hoki could intercept, and then Japanese kind of had control in the rally. I think the big difference between the first and second game was just Japanese, probably 5-6 easy points they've given the Malaysians. Just unforced errors. That's brilliant.
Service over.
Made it look ridiculously easy. It was anything but.
That's where Japanese have to be so careful just hitting to Aaron's racket, because he's so strong. Can put the shot wherever he wants.
Well, challenge here from the Malaysians. It's called out.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Service over. 7-12. Play.
And I think the coach of the Japanese, Tankam, was just signaling to the players before that rally, you've got to work the rally. Move your opponents around. That last shot from Hoki, the defense was incredible. Almost one of the easier shots of the rally.
13-8.
He does so well here. And then moves his opponent, and that's where the gap is. Didn't even have to be that tight.
A little careless, but
9-14.
Shouldn't matter too much.
Aaron's one of the few players that can still manage to make the shuttle tumble, even with that slight adaptation in the rule that we've had on his serve. He can put so much kind of tumble or spin on it still.
Service over. 15-9.
Second game, really haven't had that many long rallies. Fairly short and sharp. Japanese just made too many comfortable mistakes for me. Malaysians definitely up their level, but Japanese level has dipped. Good judgment there, good awareness as well from Hoki, just in the drift. Just fractionally going in that direction. Anything close to that line that goes high, the drift's just going to gently push it out.
Well in that one.
Service over. 16-10.
Look to be heading inexorably towards making it one game all here. Malaysians.
I would say the Japanese, they do look flat. Energy's gone down. Speed of the game's gone down.
Service over. 11-16. Takuro Hoki challenges called out.
Great challenge.
Correction in.
Absolutely flush on the line.
Play.
Shows how important the first 3 or 4 shots of the rally are in men's doubles, because we're having so many obviously short, sharp rallies that everything's stemming from the first 3 or 4 shots of the rally. So it's so integral to practice these parts of the game.
Service over.
Just really struggling with the rhythm, the Japanese in this second game.
17-13.
Can't see it not going to 3 games now, and it's going to be so important the Japanese turn things around. But early on in the third, if they start the third as they're kind of playing in this second game, it's going to be a big challenge.
Yeah, they've been behind the 8 ball for virtually all of this second game after a very sluggish beginning from their point of view. But
Service over. 14-18.
Chia and So have still got to go over the line here. Force that decider.
Service over. 19-14.
Kobayashi's just struggled just a little bit in the second game. Any kind of cut out at the net, just a fraction off of his timing. Miss-hit a few.
Game point 14.
So 6 game points to level the match here for Chia and So. Just needed the one. 21-14 it is, and we are going to a decider in this men's doubles Group A.
21-14. 1 game more.
打场当中一样，让他分辨很多，是我们一定有人经济的，一定有当中有跟到这个东西啊。接下发球的点，你接着接发球，你再发球，反跳他就抢我跟那，那这边时间接发球就好，做长那个做好，我这个开球那个球也是会开球，进攻的球开球啊，他还是死在那里，他们几个，给他心态感觉到有。
13.
Got 1, 20 seconds. Got 1, 20 seconds. Final game. Level flag.
So can the Malaysians keep the initiative that they earned in that second game? It's a good start.
Again, the shot that did the damage when Aaron steps in, he steps in and goes over. This is the thing, if you go over in an aggressive way by stepping into the shuttle, it's being proactive, and it's exactly the right shot, and it opened up the Japanese partnership. I think it's so important for the Japanese. They've got to almost force a long rally. Force is the wrong word, but they've got to make sure they have a long rally at the start of this third game, because it's just everything's slipping away from them. The amount of unforced errors, the shot selection, everything's just slightly going wrong. Again, their bad decision to leave that. Looked a couple of inches in. They just haven't settled after the first game, the Japanese, at all. And again, another cheap mistake.
Yeah, not like these two.
Very, very uncharacteristic. And if you're a Malaysian fan, you know, you'd just be saying to your team, just keep doing what you're doing. You don't need to change anything. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Brilliant attack.
Service over. 1-4. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. One four flag.
That was
Service over.
some way short.
5-1. Service over. 2-5.
Just a shot there from the Malaysian. You've got to be careful of with the drift just going that way. You want to aim kind of inside tram line, just to be safe. Great move from Hoki there. That's what Japanese need a little bit more of. Hoki being able to get forward and get the attack for Kobayashi. variation. Good serve from Kobayashi.
5-all.
So what's that, 5-1 down to 5-all in the decider.
That was much better from the Japanese, moving the shuttle around, making their opponents move, stepping into the shuttle. Much better. From 5-1 down, these few rallies have helped them to settle.
Just pulled in a fraction on that sideline.
That's the one any player's got to be careful of. The drift's just going to keep pushing it in that direction.
Players on court. Aaron, go on court. Six all. Play.
Much better from Kobayashi. A lot more aggressive, proactive, hitting a shot, stepping forward. I don't think we saw any of that in the second game at all. They're stepping in. Just pressure, good placement there going across Aaron. You can see Aaron's committed to the forehand, just going at his left shoulder across his body. Such a transformation from 5-1 down. They've just come alive, like a totally different pair, more like they were in the first game.
Amazing how often that shot straight down the middle is extremely effective right between the two opponents.
Play.
So 7 of the last 8 points have gone to the Japanese pair.
Brilliant.
Service over.
First of all, it was that controlled fade that did the damage, and then the vision to hit that, to see the big gap, and then to implement that stop drop from Aaron. Really, really good.
Well, that's a wonderful piece of disguise.
Service over. 9.
Kobayashi.
Yeah, from the second game, Kobayashi's a totally different player now. That's brilliant. Second game, we didn't really see any variation, anything. I think he had a little bit of a tough second game. But third game, he's totally different.
Service over. 8-9.
For every rally, the Japanese are getting some very strong instructions from their coach, Tan.
That's a super angle.
That's brilliant defense from Hoki. That's almost a masterclass in how to defend. Every time he hit a shot, all he did was put it into the gap. The quality of the shot was okay, but the vision, the placement was the key. Stretch the Malaysians every time. You can see they're off balance. They're stretching them again, and then they're into the gap. And that's the integral part when you're defending. Make your opponents move, create a gap, and then put the shuttle into the gap.
Service over, 10-8. Error. 10-8, play.
So they had themselves a 3-point lead at the mid-game break. And they seem to have got their mojo back, Hoki and Kobayashi.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coach, return to your chair. Coach, return to your chair. Players on court. Go. So. Eleven 8. Play. Service over. 9-11.
Got the impression that Hoki and Kobayashi were working really hard the first half of this decider to steal back the initiative from the Malaysians. They certainly won't want to give it back and get towards the business end.
12-9.
And this is where the fact they've got such a great head-to-head record against Chia and so ought to maybe give them a little bit of additional confidence. They know they've had the upper hand so often.
Service over. 10-12. Ten, 12.
Great defense in that rally from Aaron to stay in that rally because they're in big trouble. He did incredible to get it back. It's a good smash, but I don't think Kobayashi should miss it. It's pretty much on his racket and kind of at chest height, which is a comfortable position. Great placement.
That was absolutely arrow straight down the line, wasn't it?
11. Quick one, yes, quick.
So there, the drive's just gone slightly up from So, and then he's got to cover his line. He's got to move across to cover that straight. He's just left slightly too big a gap.
Thank you.
Yeah, and he knew he didn't need power, just needed accuracy to guarantee the winner.
Error. Thank you. 13-11. Play. Service over. 12-13.
Block and great move from Hoki there. Stepped in so well. It's all about playing that block chasing. And then on that kill, he's quite calm and composed. Moves in well.
Play.
Slightly loose from Aaron with the net shot, but he's in a difficult position.
Service over. 13-14.
Worked the opening quite nicely there, Chia and So. From the back of the court. Setting up Chia from mid-court. So back to just a point between them now.
Great pressure there from Aaron.
14-all.
Wow, that was so quick.
15-14.
Read that, took a risk, paid off. Straight away, you can see Aaron anticipates there, straight in. It's not even that loose because he's moved that early, because he's read it.
That was never coming back with real authority
15-all.
by Takuru Hoki.
Nice from Kobayashi. It was that fade, that block that did the damage. Aaron pushed one, looked off. Kobayashi went back in front of him, and then Aaron was in a bit of trouble.
It's almost like the pairs have been taking it in turns to be in the ascendancy, but have the Japanese pair timed this to absolute perfection. We're at the latter stages now, the decider.
Service over. 16-17.
Both pairs really stepping into the mid. Stepping in, that's perfect. No backswing, just a short punch and the placement just on the inside tram line.
Players on court. You good? Thank you. 60-17. Play.
Great defense from the Malaysians.
Service over.
It could be a frustrating game at times.
Arad done everything right. He'd worked the rally. You can see the frustration. This point in the match, it's almost worth 2 points making a mistake like that. I think Aaron's played very well throughout the match so far. Kobayashi did well there. He was just keeping the shuttle going in a downward direction, giving his opponents nothing, not hitting too hard, just almost fading it. Just being calm and composed and waiting for the right time.
Question of nerve holding now for a couple more points.
Thank you. Service over. 17-19. Play. Service over.
So, 3 match points
Match point,
for Hoki and Kobayashi to start their group campaign with a win.
Great interception there.
18-20.
I think one of the big things, no matter what is the outcome in this, the difference between Kobayashi in the second game and the first game and the third games, massive. First game, Kobayashi played well. Second game, didn't play very well at all. And then third game, he's played well so far.
Well, that's it, 21-18. And somehow, as they have done so often against these opponents, Hoki and Kobayashi found a way. A match that lasted just over an hour. But if you're Aaron Chia and so will you, go back to the dressing room thinking, how come they beat us again? Because there really wasn't much between the pairs.
Yuko Kobayashi, 21-16, 14-21, 21-18.
So, confirmation of that scoreline. Hoki and Kobayashi win 21-16, 14-21, 21-18. An hour and 2 minutes, the official match time. decent-sized crowd here, and I'm sure they're looking forward to our next match, because when the order of play came out, this looked like the best of the bunch in our first session on court 1. Women's doubles, Chen Qingchen and Jie Yifan, #1 pair in the world, against one of this year's sensations, Lu Shenshu and Tan Ning. It's next.